Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hard 100, a video series documenting the culling of my collection down to what it is to what it's gonna be, and that's a hard 100 games. To give you a reminder, it's been a minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and refresh 3 rules. Rule number 1, can't get rid of a game until I've played it. Rule number 2 is that a game plus an expansion is 1 game, and rule number 3 is once I get this business down to a hard 100, it's 1 in, 1 out. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about elegance. That's a term that's thrown around a lot when it comes to board games. Oh, this is an elegant design. Oh, the simplicity is great. Let me tell you what elegance is. Elegance is, and I quote, the quality of being graceful and stylish in appearance or manner, or the quality of being pleasing, ingenious, and simple. Neatness. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you to an elegant game. That game is Abyss. This mean-looking gentleman here is from the game Abyss by Mr. Bruno Cathala, hold for applause, and Charles Chevalier, with art by Xavier Collette. Art by Xavier Collette. I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna put it up here. Art by Xavier Collette. The art in this game is ridiculous. This is, give me a second. Yep. This is, along with Santorini and Jamaica, the most beautiful art you will ever see in a board game. Mr. Xavier Collette has done something that is, I guess, magical is the only way I can describe it. His ability to capture bioluminescence underwater is insane to me, how someone can be this talented. Let's talk about this game. As I mentioned, this game is elegant. And that elegance comes from what I'm going to call the board design. Let's take a look. Let me bring you up to speed. Someone's dead, you want to be the new king of underwater, whatever, it doesn't matter. You are given a job to do, and your job is to get as many people on your side to get the most prestige, IP, and whatever, victory points in order to be the next king of underwater. The way that you do this is by exploring the ocean to recruit allies, to sometimes fight monsters, and you get those allies to show your power in order to get lords to come and help you. And then sometimes you need to seek assistance from the council. Think the scene from any of the prequels where they're all in that big Senate thing, but underwater and awesome lights. And the reason why this game is elegant is because whenever you set up the game, you have to do one of 3 things with an optional thing. And then once you complete another task, you have to do this other thing, whatever. You either need to go exploring, which is at the top of the map, and you flip over cards and do some kind of auctioning thing to the point until you take one, and then whatever you don't take gets pushed to the middle. Another action you can do is take a single stack from the middle of the board, be it the crabs, the shellfish, the seahorses, the squids, or whatever the other one is. Or the other thing you can do is to recruit a lord, and the recruiting for the lord is different. You have to meet a minimum number. There are numbers on all the allies, which are the little things you look at whenever you explore. You have to meet a minimum number of that and a minimum number of races based on various things. And you pick a lord and you put it in front of you. So your turn is either do the top of the board, do the middle of the board, or do the bottom of the board. It's that simple. You pick one and you do it. The rule book is bad. It taught us how to play the game, but any question that we had could not be cleared up in the rule book. The threat track on the side when you're fighting monsters, now that we understand it, is pretty neat, but at the time, it's not in the book. We had to go online, and Mr. Cathala answered a question someone asked on Board Game Geek, and that was really the only way we could do it. So at the top you have the exploration, then you have the council in the middle, or you can recruit a lord at the bottom. When you recruit the lord, you put it in front of you. Sometimes it gives you a special ability, sometimes it gives you a one-shot special ability, or they're just worth victory points at the end, whatever. On these cards, they're gonna see little icons that look like keys. You can also get keys from fighting monsters. These keys will give you access to a very Seven Wonders type of thing, and it's a location. And then you take that location, you put it in front of you, you slot some lords under it, which takes away their special abilities, and then that gives you bonus victory points at the end. So you have the top thing that you can do, the middle thing you can do, or the bottom thing you can do. And once you've done the thing that all of this is trying to get you to do, which is get 3 keys, you do what's under the board and you slide it in front of you. Teaching this game to someone has got to be some of the easiest teaching that I've ever had to do. You do this, or you do this. To what end? To this end. That's it. Also, the money in this game are pearls. Little round pearls that roll off the table because you're going to be messing with them, but they give you a little clamshell to keep them all in, and it's very, very neat, very cool, very awesome, very thematic because you're underwater. What else are you going to trade in? The game itself, I don't have really anything like it. You have A that is fueling B, and those together are trying to fuel C, which is trying to fuel D. So it's kind of a Ponzi scheme of game to get you to this one thing. I don't think I have any other game that really does that. It's kind of hand management, but you're building a deck but in your hand because you're not shuffling, and then the allies that you use to seduce or influence a lord to come and be on your side kind of also help you in the future. There's not a lot going on, but what's going on is very crisp. It's elegant. And once again, look at this. Beautiful box. Everything is in here where it needs to go. But you didn't come for the box. When you buy this game, you come for the Maserati. These cards have the most beautiful art I've ever seen in a game. Look at this. Are you kidding me? We just wanted to keep turning them to see what we could get. Oh, it's beautiful. They come in different flavors. There are the politicians and the army leaders and things like that. So the art is beautiful, but does it make it a good game? The art doesn't, but the game does. Like I said, I don't have anything like it in here, and as I start doing more and more of these videos, I'm starting to understand something. Getting these games down to 100 is going to be difficult. Every time I think I come across a game that I'm just going to be playing, that I'm going to play once and be done with it, something like this comes along and surprises me. Oh God, he is not attractive, but he's beautiful. So as I look around, I see some games on my shelf that are going to be hard to get rid of, but then it's going to come down to when I start getting close to that 100, I will have gone through all my games probably, and it's going to start turning into a death match. And I'm not looking forward to it. Some of these games I already know I'm going to get rid of that I've already played before, and we'll make videos on those soon. But this game, Abyss, with no name on the front, which is a bold choice, but when you have this giant ugly son of a bitch looking at you, you're gonna pick up this box anyway. This game is going in my collection. It's going in whenever it comes down to the death match in the future. I don't know what's gonna go against it because just look at him. Look at him. So it's a very, very good game. It's definitely going in. I'm scared of the future whenever it comes to me having to start culling this stuff down when it gets to the stuff that I don't want to see go. But we're doing the Lord's work here. We're doing this for a good reason. Because someone on the internet said I had too many games, and so here we are. But let's find a spot for it. It's a standard size box, but not really. It's not your Ticket to Ride style box. It's not your Fantasy Flight box. Oh God, where's it gonna go? This. You will go up here. All right. We've done it. So that's the last of the games that I played with Phil. Next time we're going to do, you know what, screw it. We're gonna do one of those death matches. We're gonna pit two games against each other and see which game comes out on top. I mean, it's gotta start somewhere, right? Doing these videos one at a time is going okay, but I wanna spice it up. So we're gonna have face to face. Two games of similar themes are gonna go together, but today isn't about that. Today is about how Abyss went on my shelf, and it should go on yours if you can find it. There are a couple of expansions that are out for it. I don't really need them right now. I know what they add, don't really need them. If I come across them on sale, hell yeah, I'm gonna pick them up, but I don't need them right now. I think the game does pretty well on its own as far as being unique and not being a game like any other. So once again, my name is Billy. Join us next time when we have our first ever death match for the Hard 100 as we pit Game 1 against Game 2 in a fight for supremacy in the Thunderdome. Peace out.